There is no doubt that legislation, which is drop-dead legislation as IMO 2020, is bound to have an effect. And we can run various different theses, but in the very short term what you have is you have big ships which have a massive problem if they haven't taken the scrubber. Whether it's right or wrong I don't want to get into, because we know it's a short-term solution only. We know that obviously for all big bulk ships that are going to have to switch from heavy fuel oil to alternative fuels have a huge amount of uncertainty about what the refiners are going to provide them with. They've also got to clean their tanks, they've got to prepare themselves, and somebody used the expression sleepwalking into this problem. And I'm afraid to say the dry bulk business is particularly vulnerable because they don't understand it in the same way that at least in the tanker business you're dealing with oil all the time as the cargo, and you've probably got a better chance of getting it right. The LPG markets, you heard people now turning to the Melgi engines, using LPG as the fuel. Obviously the LNG ships have for years been taking the boil off, very efficiently by the way, to run their ships. But at the end of the day, it's all about where we go directionally in terms of replacing a fleet of ships which is basically obsolete. Any ship that was built before 2014 is likely to have a problem if it's a big ship in terms of competing today. We had a wave of interest, as you know, around the next generation of ships. We were talking about then 2012, 2013, 2014. We had famously at Plato the whole Scorpio story around eco ships. Well, now we're looking at environmental. And the disappointing thing about this particular conference was that Elizabeth Krieger sighed, and maybe our friend from Flex didn't really pick up on where we're going. It's got nothing to do with making money in shipping anymore. It's about how you actually convince your cargo clients and how you get your investors and how you get the industry users to understand that we need to clean up actually the planet of shipping. And shipping rates as the 6th most polluting nation in the world if you measure it by nations. And funnily enough, it's 98% utilising oil. We'd have to eliminate the use of oil as a fuel on ships, just as we've eliminated in every other industry. It's quite interesting that you've seen gas has taken over in big scale. Gas obviously has a problem, as you heard from our friend from Flex, that it's still a carbon emitting, it's still a CO2 issue. So we have to get over that, but let's be realistic. We've got to apply an awful lot of brain power to finding fully renewable solutions in the next 20 years. At least LNG meets all the requirements of SOx, NOx, particulates, and more interestingly, our customers are driving it. The people who use the container liner services need to see an improvement. So the liner business is under the biggest pressure of any business. All the tonnage providers are bankrupt. They're trying to do through another round of ridiculous, relatively short employment. The liner companies need to have professional ship owners now who take on that task and give them some relief, because they have a problem in passing on fuel surcharges to their customers. LNG is cheaper, so how on earth can they not put LNG onto those ships? It's a major, major issue, and it's one that I'm quite passionate about, as you understand. But you know, shipping has to change. Shipping has to grow up.